Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. In the Better, Brighter You segment brought to you by Cyspera, today we're featuring Dr. Michael Gold, the founder and medical director of Gold Skincare Center, Advanced Aesthetics Medical Spa, the Laser and Rejuvenation Center, and Tennessee Clinical Research Center. He's a board-certified dermatologist and dermatologic surgeon who's earned the worldwide recognition for providing patients with leading-edge technological advances in dermatology and aesthetic skincare, and plays an integral role in the development of new pharmaceutical products, injectable fillers and toxins, skincare, and medical devices. He's going to join me right now to share how he is helping advance the dermatology world through his leadership and breaks down his approach to combo therapies and skincare potpourri. Welcome to the show, superstar.
Fire away.
Okay, so among your long list of achievements that I just very eloquently spoke of, you're also the visionary and co-chair of Music City Scale Symposium for Cosmetic Advances in Laser Education alongside Dr. Brian Weisman. Now, for 2 decades, Scale has been at the forefront of dermatological innovation and education. I've witnessed this myself, and I've been there, and beautiful collaborations uniting leading experts and pioneers and researchers and industry professionals from just around the globe. What inspired you to create and lead Scale, one of the most successful and recognized conferences currently in the United States?
It started as a small educational group that Dr. Weisman and I were actually asked to do, to teach energy-based systems to people. Because as 20 years ago or so, there was just a handful of us that actually were teaching, and a lot of people dabbling. And dabbling is not good when you're using devices that have potential to hurt people. So a lot of it was spent on what happens if something goes wrong, or what do you do to try to prevent something that's gone wrong. But over 20 years, obviously, there's been an explosion in the aesthetic space. And the device space has blossomed, and we can do so much now in the energy-based devices. Skincare, crazy world. And again, we try to teach the science of the skincare. And then in dermatology, I always say if you watch television, every other commercial is a dermatology commercial. So we've had an explosion in what we've been able to do for people to make their skin get better. So we try to bring the best of the best. We try to be revolutionary in bringing new topics of interest to the people that come to the meeting. So it's evolved. We always say Nashville doesn't hurt. Nashville is, all in New York have called us the It City for so many years. It's great, but it's a booming city. So
You're right.
Lots to do here, lots to learn here.
Yeah, any excuse to go to Nashville, I'm in. I love this. And Scale is just one example of the many initiatives that you're involved in that brings clinicians together and helping foster a spirit of collaboration rather than competition. That's what I witnessed when I came there within the dermatological and aesthetic industry, which is rare. So from your perspective, how have your skills in building these partnerships with your peers contributed to your success? And why do you believe collaboration is so essential to benefit both patients and clinicians?
I mean, collaboration is where it's at. Dermatology, plastic surgery, oculoplastic surgery, we all work together. And I always tell my colleagues, I'm a dermatologist that does aesthetics. I don't do plastic surgery, right? You're not going to see me doing a breast implant or a tummy tuck. That's not my thing. And so I know where my boundaries are. And so they learn what I do. They get comfortable with what I do and figure out what fits into their realms as surgeons and other, disciplines of medicine. And again, I stay in my boundaries. And so I think the collaboration with my colleagues has been nothing but amazing because, again, 20 years ago, derms and plastics never spoke. And now we all work together. And that's good. And we teach each other.
Yeah, that's so important. The education is critical. And in one of your Scale lectures, you spoke about a potpourri of cosmeceuticals.
Yeah,
I love this. Can you break down exactly what this means and the
sure.
significance of understanding this approach?
And so when somebody comes to me and says they have the best skincare since white bread, I want to know what it does. I don't want to hear that, here's a clinical picture before and after and their skin looks great, because I can do that with anything. But I want to know what it's doing to the skin, how it's working, and does it really do something over time? And is it safe and all that? So I've worked with lots of companies on pre and post procedure skincare. Just does the skincare work over time, and all of that. And so what I like to do at scale is do what I call skincare potpourri, where I actually um, show a skincare line. Somewhat again, and I work with all of them, and so there's not really any bias there because I'm not promoting one over the other, but I'm showing the science behind that product.
Right.
So if somebody comes out and says, they have a new skincare product or a new skincare line, I want to be able to show not. I don't want to show the before and after pictures. I will, but I want to show the results of how did it do over a course of an 8 or 12 weeks clinical study. What are the trends in if you're doing photography, just don't show me a before and after. Show me what the reds look like. Show me what the browns look like. Show me the lessening of the wrinkles or whatever you're looking for. And so I sort of spend my time going through different products that have made an inroad in dermatology and aesthetics, and show what they do. And that's what I love. I love showing that. And every year, some of those companies move out. It's because some of the newer companies are moving in. And again, and you may have been in one year showing this product, but you have two new products, and I don't show the old product. So it's
Right.
always evolving. It's a lecture that evolves every year.
Extensive but necessary. You got to do the homework, and I am glad that you're putting in those hours for us and breaking it down. Now, combination therapies have truly become a cornerstone of modern aesthetic dermatology, offering patients more optimal results and recovery, and it's all about recovery. With while devices, they deliver impressive outcomes on their own, most of the time pairing with post-procedure care strategies and products, that's what makes all the difference. We've seen this over and over again, and even helps to minimize or even prevent complications. So, Dr. Gold, what are some of your go-to clinical backed post-procedure care strategies for managing concerns such as inflammation, irritation, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and other skin concerns?
There's a little rule in my office, when somebody comes in and wants a procedure done. But if somebody's not willing to use products post-care, pre-care, post-care, and sunscreens, I usually will not do that procedure. My world revolves around brands called Elastin, Revision, Skin Better. These are some of the go-to things in my world. I work a lot with, depending on what I'm doing, I work with silicone gel, which is an amazing product to prevent scarring in people that are scar prone. There's a company called Strat Pharma. I'm a big silicone user, but the pre and post care with the other products are really important, especially when you're doing things that you need, especially in the hyperpigmentation, preventing the what we call post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. That's key for a lot of people, especially in our darker skin patients.
Yeah,
I don't like the word skin of color, but I think if you look at the global population today, Caucasian isn't the most common skin type, right? And
definitely not.
so we must deal with skin of color in ways that we have now with some of these products and some of these post-procedure things to prevent them from pigmenting. Because again, we're using heat most of the time, or ultrasound or radio frequency. And we need to sort of make sure the skin heals properly. But we have great post-procedure products now.
Now, I'm going to pivot because let's stay on this pigment topic. Your Tennessee Clinical Research Center is regarded in the industry as one of the best clinical research centers for medical dermatology and aesthetic cosmetic research. Clinical research is vital in driving innovation and ensuring that the safety and efficacy of both medical and aesthetical dermatological treatments. But are there any recent advancements, such as pigment correcting innovations like Cyspera, that you feel highlight the power of that clinical evidence in transforming patient
Well,
care?
I think again, let's use Cyspera as one of the key things. So cysteamine has been around for a long time, right? It is a antioxidant, but it's also one of these pigment reduction antioxidants. And as I said, it's been around, but again, when you look at the clinical data with Cyspera, for instance, they have studies that are published comparing them to hydroquinone, comparing themselves to what we call the Kligman formula, which is hydroquinone and a steroid medicine and so forth added in there, and a retinoid. Um, and now, and so we know it works. And now that they have a newer version of that where they add in it's called isobionic amide, which is a sort of a booster, right? And so the combination of those together have made it a much better product post anything, right? But I have patients that use it all the time. And again, we think that the innovations, product A and then adding the subcomponent B to it sometimes makes it a great product. But you got to understand that somebody has to study product A and then that other component and make sure that they're synergistic together. And then you end up with a product that like we have with this new pigment corrector system that they have.
And it's safe to use.
And it's very safe to use. And again, I think what's nice about it is that the company took an old product and revolutionized it into a newer product.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to use the cysteamine product, make sure it's one of the newer ones on the market. But those are great products.
Yeah, and the science is a science is a science. So they have the clinically researched, clinically verified, like you said, and that matters a great big deal in today with all the saturation of products with the misinformation and just, I love that they have the data to prove it.
Yeah,
Because
and what I tell clinicians, right, when they ask me if there is this a good product or is this something we should look at to bring to our clients, the first thing I say is go check their literature, right? As soon as a company comes in and says, I have the best product ever, ask them to show us the science behind it. And if they don't have any, then it's sort of like, okay, maybe you're not for me. But again, part of my job is to get that science out as fast as we can when we work with them. And then the second thing that is important for all the skincare products, some of them are US based only. And some of them are global. And when you become a global company, again, using the concept of skin of color, that's skin of color,
yeah.
right? And so if they're able to be successful around the world, that actually makes me think that, again, the homework has been done, the safety profile is there, and then the efficacy is going to be there. So again, in my world, it's safety first, efficacy second, but we want to make sure that efficacy is equal to the safety.
I love it. And now lastly, before we wrap up, there's lots to chat about Nashville. The population of Nashville has exploded in recent years. You said that earlier, and we do love Nashville here in New York. You find yourself at the center of it all. And besides its iconic music scene and Southern charm,
Mhm.
many brides-to-be flock to Nashville to
You think?
celebrate.
You think?
I know. So Dr. Golden, your expert opinion, how do you think bachelorettes should start prepping their skin in the months leading up to their big day to help them achieve that glowing, even, wedding-ready skin?
Sunscreen first, okay? So we always say we can pick the bachelorette parties a mile away, right? Because they're all wearing, cowboy boots. If it's warm enough, the short skirts and the cowboy hats. And sometimes people don't realize you're outside and you're about and you're walking around, and without sunscreen, you're in trouble. So we want people always to consider wearing sunscreen. You also have to realize, again, from the bachelorette, and whether it's a bachelor party or whatever, there's enough alcohol in this city for, anybody. And alcohol dehydrates, right? And so you need to keep hydrating your skin, and that's really important as well, and keep it healthy and so forth. And then we always tell people when they're here visiting and having a good time, pace yourself well. The city's open from mid-morning to all the way into the morning hours, and it can become long and long days. But it's Nashville 35 years ago when I moved here was a little bit different than what it is now. And we always tell people there's so much to do here. So besides the downtown Broadway area, which again has tons of things to see and museums to visit, world-class art museums now, an amazing food scene. But we got lots of other attractions here too, and people should take advantage of our botanical gardens. They should take advantage if you like zoos. We have a world-class zoo. So we've just seen this explosion here, and we want everybody to have fun and a good time, but do it responsibly too.
Well, that was the incredible Dr. Michael Gold, now travel expert. I love all your tips. We're definitely going to be headed to Nashville very soon, and I'll be sure to check out Next Music City.
Please come say hi.
Be sure to head to goldskincare.com to learn more about his practice, and be sure to follow him on the gram at Gold Skincare Center and at Gold Skin number 8. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. This was the Better, Brighter You segment brought to you by Cyspera. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Cyspera. If skin discoloration is making it hard to find your Zen, Cyspera can help. Stubborn pigmentation, dark spots, and uneven skin tone concerns go beyond the surface, affecting both confidence and self-expression. In a sea of skincare choices, Cyspera stands apart. Backed by science and trusted by dermatologists worldwide, Cyspera is powered by the advanced cysteamine isobonic amide complex, delivering clinically proven results and effectively targeting mild to persistent discoloration while restoring the skin's natural glow. Unlike harsh treatments, Cyspera is formulated for all skin types, including sensitive areas, ensuring visible improvements without irritation. Whether pigmentation is a new concern or a long-standing struggle, Cyspera works in harmony with the skin to bring balance, clarity, and renewed confidence. Cyspera is science-driven skincare for confidence that shines. Find your skin zen and restore your glow with Cyspera today by heading to Cyspera.com.